Greetings, listeners. It's another episode of the Shoujo podcast. We're here, me and Joe, bringing more Fushigi Yûgi coverage your way. And I'm starting to remember, or when I see people be like, oh, I love this series, but like it's got its issues. I'm like, I am now recalling it's going to be a lot of a certain thing. And that's going to get old real fast. But we'll talk about that shortly.
Ugh.
But first, like, we got to bring it back to the but first, like Julie Chen says on Big Brother, because Big Brother starts today. First, let's catch up. Joe, how's it going in Joe Town? Or do you have a different, how do you want it to be? Joeville? Joe's World.
Joe's World. Dun, dun, dun,
I feel like I say
Joe's World. It's like Elmo's World, and that's all I can think of.
Yeah. What you got going on?
I don't have that much going on. I'm trying to think of stuff that I've even done. We watched A Bug's Life. First time I've seen that in a long time.
Okay. Yeah.
That was pretty good. Holds up pretty well. The next movie in our list is Doug's first movie.
I did not watch that show.
Well,
has anyone in the group watched that show?
The show? I think I watched some of that show, but like, a million years ago. How am I supposed to remember that?
Is it like Patty Peppermint or something?
Yes,
that
Peppermint Patty, I believe is a character.
Peppermint Patty, yeah. And the dog, and yep.
Yes, so we're going to be watching that in a couple days. I'm about to go to Indianapolis to go to a wedding. So I'll be attending a wedding this weekend. That's my big thing I'm doing.
More, I don't know, obligatory dancing?
Yes.
Coming Joe's way?
Yes, I will have to be dancing at the wedding because that's what you do at weddings. So
you don't have to. You can be like,
you don't dance at weddings?
In the corner. I don't go to enough. Joe, you gotta have friends to get invited to. Only
you have to have friends that get married. I actually
don't
have very many friends that have gotten married, so I have not been to that many weddings. Of course, the one that I go to is also the same weekend that my girlfriend has a different wedding to go to in a different city, so we are not going together. So I still cannot bring a +1, which...
Dang.
I don't even know if they gave me a +1. I don't know. So
are these outdoor weddings?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it is.
Yikes.
Oh, yes, it is. It would suck if it was really hot right now.
Yeah, a summer wedding just sounds awful.
Have it inside. If you have a summer wedding, you need to have it inside.
Fall is the time. Or
yeah.
spring.
So
I've been to like an outdoor wedding where it was actually really cold outside, and that sucked too.
Yeah, that's also bad. Outside is bad in general.
Unpredictable.
For some reason, my girlfriend has gotten on the idea that she wants to go like backpacking in the Grand Canyon, and she's like, yeah, we could go in like August. I'm like, what's the temperature there? She's like, I don't know, like 110. I'm like, no, we're not going.
Bad.
I'm not going. You can go and die in the desert. I am not going to go and die in the desert. And then she like went on a run recently, and she came back and she's like, no, it sucks. We're not doing that to be outside. Like,
look at that post-run clarity.
Understand how bad it is. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's been rough. Trading a lot of camping stories, horror stories, and everybody has them is what I'm learning. Everybody has horror camping stories because camping is like a pretty bad activity. I think it's a pretty low success rate. So
I've only gone with family. As a child, there's less responsibility on you, but yeah, I feel like my family went once where it was like the winter solstice and we didn't realize it, so it was like the shortest day of the year, so it got like pitch black really early when we were still trying to set up, and then like we burned our food because we were cooking in the dark, and then we went and got crappy food from it's just like a bunch of
sounds like a bad
one time
thing
it rained the whole time and we were in a tent, but I kind of liked that because I was just like reading a book the whole time, and I liked that. But
so that's what's going on. I watched the first 2 episodes of Akane Banashi. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's like a recent anime that came out. Girl who's does Rakugo.
Banashi.
Type of like storytelling theater.
Cool. I haven't heard of it, but
people have talked up the manga quite a bit, even though this seems like an extremely like Japanese story about doing Rakugo, an extremely Japanese theater thing. But I don't know.
Okay.
I watched Kokuho. It's cool. I followed that. It's about Kabuki, but yeah. The thing is about it is like it's kind of billed as like a revenge story, but it's a revenge story that's like, I'm gonna prove that my dad was actually good at this by becoming good at this myself. And I'm like, that's not how revenge works. This is not really a revenge story, I'm sorry to say. Maybe it does later, but so far I'm not convinced this is a good revenge story. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's been any good anime about revenge stories. Have you thought of any? Do you think of any good revenge story ones? I feel like everybody always screws up revenge stories. I'm thinking about revenge a lot. Yeah, but it's kind of like that. It's kind of the same thing where it's like, it's revenge, but it's revenge by like, well, I'm going to have a good life to get back at you, which is, not how revenge works.
There's good, like, yes, because a lot of the times it's the whole like, oh, you learn that it's not about them, it's about moving, blah, blah, whatever. No, there's been I think there's a lot of good webcomics about revenge because that's like a whole thing where you like your lover cheats on you and then they kill you and then you get to go back and then you like screw up their life and blah, blah, blah. So there's like a lot of good, I think there's one called Marry My Husband that does like a good job of actually executing revenge in a satisfying way.
Okay. That's good. Because I just feel like, I don't know, maybe this is also driven on the fact that we're still reading Wuthering Heights in my book club and people are like, that's a book about revenge. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it isn't. It just is not about that.
Isn't there an anime movie based off The Count of Monte Cristo? Maybe that's good. That's a great revenge story.
I've never read that. I probably should read
What?
Should I make our book club read that?
It's so good. Yeah, it was the best. I think it was my favorite book that they made us read in like high school. I immensely enjoyed it because that was like, you screwed me over. Now I'm coming back with a vengeance for reals.
Okay,
yeah.
maybe that.
Yeah, it's really good.
How long is this?
It's decent. I have a copy.
Long. Project Gutenberg. Give me the book on my browser right now.
I got like a Barnes & Noble fancy edition of it.
Oh, okay. Wow, that looks big. That looks bigger than maybe I want to read.
Oh, wait, no. I think there's... Wait.
7th grade reading level. I can do it.
Don't worry. There's just like 1,000 pages, it looks like.
Are you serious? Hold on. What? Read online now. Project Gutenberg.
Maybe
how many pages? Oh my god, there's 4 volume 5. Wow, okay.
Oh, I feel like I just read it all in one.
No way. This is huge.
Like in school, we didn't read it in maybe, I don't know, this is big. I don't remember it being this big, but I really liked it enough that I bought this fancy version of it. I haven't read this one, but I really liked it in high school.
It's approximately 1,200 pages.
Did you take? I guess we didn't have the same teacher freshman year of high school. It was like we were going to the same school at that point.
We did not.
We read this one.
This version has 1,300 pages. I'm not going to make my book club read this.
Yeah, come on, it's good.
What could possibly happen for that much time? What could possibly happen?
Revenge.
Is it good?
That's well
is it good
planned out?
Because the thing is, like, I need some good revenge stories. Because, like, so far, I feel like I keep getting, like, oh, it's revenge stories. But all of the revenge stories, the setup isn't very good. The way people get revenge is not good either. I'm feeling that way.
Like it's only a revenge as far as, like, why they start doing a new thing that's different. And then from there, we lose it.
Yeah, well... Here's the problem. Here's the real problem with watching Akane Banashi right now, which is I watch it and then I imagine. Do you ever do this where you like, I do this all the time. You know, I do this all the time where I'm watching this thing and I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's going to be about this thing. It's going to be about how like, oh, this art form is like really great and stuff, but it's all kind of gate kept because it's all like a big society thing. And about how like my dad was snuffed by the society part, but his performance was really good. But her plan is to go and to do like is to do her dad's style of performance really good. But then I'm like, but aren't you just going to get snuffed in the exact same way he did? And if it's a story about that and what you do in the face of that, that would be fascinating. If it is what I think it's going to be, which is just it works for her for some reason, I'm going to be a lot less happy about it because I want it to be about structures instead of what if I was good at Rakugo, which is probably just what it's about. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, you'll probably be disappointed.
What?
Well, I can say. I don't know.
About it?
I
Yeah,
feel like
I don't know. It's probably just gonna.
Oh,
It's just yeah,
I feel
probably.
like you always come up with. You really got to get into fan fiction because I feel like you always just come up
Ugh.
with a much better.
I don't have the skills to write. I only have conceptualization
I
skills where I'm like, this is a good concept. Somebody should explore this. Not me though.
Is this okay? There's a character that looks like that guy from Bleach with the blonde bob cut. Like it looks exactly like that character, but with black hair instead.
Does okay. I've only seen the
who's
first two
one of
episodes.
Not Car. What's the other thingy? What's the hollow people with the masks?
I don't remember.
What?
The I don't know. That's when it stopped being good.
Visors. He's one of the visors. That's what it looks.
Oh yeah. I'm seeing the like poster
it looks
now.
just like
he's got
that
the teeth
character.
out and everything. Yeah. Very triangle. Yeah.
There's lots of pretty. Some of the character design looks nice. I like the.
Yeah. No, I mean it looks nice. It's I'll probably watch some more of it. But that's what I've been doing.
Slam poetry? Is that what this is?
No, it's basically you're doing a one-man play, but you do it kind of like sitting. So it's like you're playing all of the different roles in like a scene, and you just have to like do it through mannerisms and like tone of voice and stuff like that. But they're all like comedy plays, but they're all like pre-written plays. It's kind of like how Carta has all of the poems or whatever. There's like a bunch of these, but you only learn a certain number of them. And like some of them are it's like 20 minutes. It's pretty long. So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So interesting so far.
Trying new things.
Yeah. I'd heard people like this one, so I'm like, all right. Let's see. I hope it becomes about actual revenge. I hope we are actually angry. I don't feel like anybody has really captured like being angry in the era of unending rage, to be honest. So maybe this will.
Yeah, we'll see.
I need an anime about being pissed off.
Stay tuned.
But like righteously, like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like in a justified way. And not like, stupid power fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me complaining about.
I was going to say, sorry, we're not going to get a lot of that on the podcast.
Yeah, you're not. Why doesn't anger play more of a role in shoujo? Good question. I feel like girls have lots of things to be angry about.
That's very true.
Why aren't they? Why aren't we putting that to paper?
Because shoujo, I don't know. We'll make our own shoujo one day. That's gonna be the end result. We're gonna immortalize our podcast.
I mean, Skip she's angry in that kind of. That's pretty good. But I feel like it's about her getting less angry over time, which is bad. I want her to stay angry forever.
Even if she's not happy and she's our top-ranking character from our podcast?
People think that these are mutually exclusive things. Like, you can't be happy and angry at the same time. But you totally can. They're just wrong.
Yeah. I'm a grudge holder myself.
Yeah.
But then people think, like, God, let it go. It's been however. I just had a dream that, like, an old boss I really didn't like was hanging out with another old boss I didn't like. I was like, oh my God, they're scheming together.
Yeah. Now, there's lots of things to be angry about all the time, and it isn't bad to be angry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of angry that, Microsoft or Xbox is just exploding for no reason. That we live in the era of every company is run by the dumbest people alive. I think that's bad. What
do you think about the PlayStation no physical media anymore thing?
I think that's also bad. I mean, there's just literally no reason to own a PlayStation. This is the problem, is the consoles are just dead now. Why would you own a console? Just buy a Steam machine, when memory doesn't cost $10 million.
Yeah, I guess I was talking to a friend about this earlier this week. I guess people are like, oh, basically like why I guess maybe it's the price point of the Steam machine is like, it's higher, but like the specs aren't vastly better than like current consoles. But then you have access to like the Steam library and that store.
It's just a computer. Like you're just buying a computer. The thing about it is like it's more. Well, it just costs at what the price point of a computer would be, right? They're just selling you a pre-built computer for gaming. That's why it costs like that. But also, it just runs Linux. You can just boot it in desktop mode and just use it like a desktop. I was like, that's what I do on my Steam Deck. But like, if you buy a PlayStation, you basically are just buying an entire device that can only access the PlayStation Store. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, how much is that actually worth? To have like this device sitting in your house all the time.
Yep.
Still costing a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, I can play all of the games I have, or like pretty much all the games I have on my Steam Deck. And if I got a Steam machine, I can play it on that.
Well, I guess as long as video games have been like widely popular, you know, people think consoles. So maybe we're just still slow to, I don't know. Cause I feel like if you play a lot of games, you're probably on PC, but I feel like so many people I meet are not playing often, but if they have any, it's freaking console. So
yeah, I mean, if you're just not used to it, but I think at this point, like, unless you're buying Switch 2 games, there's really just no reason to get a console. Unless
PlayStation was like, psych, we're not bringing them to PC anymore, our little exclusives, whatever. So I wanted to play Ghost of Yote, and now they're like, no, it's not coming to it's not coming to PC now, which that's annoying.
Well, it's because there's no reason
to bargain with
anymore. The only reason you'd ever have to buy a PlayStation like machine is to play the exclusive games. That's it. Otherwise, it's worthless.
Yeah. Yep.
Except for the one thing that PlayStation can do is it can play Blu-rays. I guess Xbox can also do that now. So it's a Blu-ray player. So that's also nice. That's it.
Well, I guess there's the whole like, okay, even if Xbox is cheaper or a PlayStation is cheaper, those both still, for multiplayer purposes, demand that you have a subscription. Versus the Steam machine does not have that. So that like over time would accumulate to be probably the same as the upfront price of a Steam frame. But
there's no point to it anymore.
Anyways, want to know what I've been doing, Joe?
Yeah, what have you been doing?
Rotting away in the middle of nowhere, house sitting. I feel like I came back to my place today to record, and I laid in my bed for a bit, and I was like, oh my God, I missed my bed. It's so soft and comfy. And I should be enjoying myself. I'm like house sitting this very nice home with a pool and this and that, but I like am just very much, I'm like, I want to be in my space and I want to have access to like the things I do. I don't like, I'm fine traveling. It's not like I get like anxious traveling and stuff. I think it's like it'll be a week and Saturday that I've been doing this, but I'm losing it.
Yeah. You can't stand to be away. Your routine is interrupted.
Yes, I know. I'm a gym bro now, and like I can't go to the gym, so I'm having to like run outside now.
Oh my God. Don't do that.
I know. I could be abducted at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking. Let's see. Oh, I've been binging The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is like this teen or young adult romance drama, whatever, weird love triangle with two brothers and this one girl who's their childhood friend, blah blah blah, whatever. It's fine.
It's fine.
Honestly, I feel, let's see, I'm like, what have we been doing? I went on did we record? I went on the boat. I did the 4th of July boat thing. I was gonna say I had like a really good smooth line. I didn't really use like not a pickup line, well, kind of like a pickup line, but I was like pretty proud of it, so I wanted to share it on the podcast.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit me with it.
So I was on this party barge and a bunch of different ones like shacked up at this big rock in the lake. And so I got off to kind of explore. There's this group, so I, was talking to them. This chick had like a tattoo of a lion. I was like, oh, that's cool. Are you a Leo? And she's like, no, I'm a Gemini. Blah, 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 whatever. And then one of the guys is like, guess what I am or whatever. And I was like, cute.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, that's good because he was into it. I mean, I was like, he's very drunk, so I was like, ew, I don't want to talk to you. But I was like, he was cute, and I was like, that was a smooth ass line, and I was like, get it, me,
yeah,
just dropping one liners and walking out.
That's good. You're in it for the love of the game.
Yeah, that's me, player to the end. Yeah. Let's see. I got some new clothes. Got a new pair of shoes. They're super like grandma because they're like little sandals, but they're like Velcro. Like I'm like super old lady shoes. I got my hair cut a little bit and I'm just freaking ready to be back home.
Wow. It's not going well, huh? This isn't making you.
I know. I need to be. My instinct is to be like, Mom, I never want to do that again. Blah, blah, blah. But then they're going to feel bad about, like, I don't know. I just felt like I normally shirk off any requests by the family to do anything like this. So I was like, okay, it's, I'm due to help out since they watch my dogs for me while I'm out. So I did it. And I was like, okay, well, hopefully I don't have to do this again. It's too much. I just feel like
okay, yeah, it's hey, it's really hard to sit in a big house. I get it.
No, woe is me.
Yeah, Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, look, I have a Fushigi Yûgi poster on my wall. I just remember that looking at it.
Great.
Perfect. We're covering it.
Yeah.
Watch that.
3 episodes.
Yeah. How are we feeling? About 3. Not too much. I feel like a lot happens.
It's all right. I can write that much. How many words did I write?
Okay.
2,700? Yeah, okay.
What's a normal one? Look.
I don't know.
What do you think the shortest one for like a crappy Kimi or Hanakimi was?
The Hanakimi ones were not super short, actually, because a lot of stuff kind of happened. Let me see if I can sort by size of the file. I'm going to guess the shorter ones were the Chihayafuru ones. They really...
Yeah, I guess they're very action-y, so it's like...
Not feeling that.
Yeah.
Oh, because they were action-y, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they used to be. Here's one that's Chihayafuru. 2 episodes long. Yeah, each one was about 600 words.
Damn.
700 words. Now... they're much longer. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Go through all of the things happening in these 3 episodes, which is a non-trivial amount of things.
I did a poll on our Spotify for the first episode.
Okay.
Who's hotter, Tamahome or Hotohori?
There's a canonical answer to this, but go ahead.
And Hotohori won by 2 votes. And I know for a fact the only one that voted for Tamahome was me.
Wow. Yeah.
Everyone thinks Hotohori is hotter.
Yeah, because he is. He's like a
on
pretty boy emperor. Well, yeah, on the outside. On the inside, he's boring. Because he's the emperor.
All right. Well, let's get into it.
Yes, we will. So I have some voice actors now that we've covered the studio stuff. The voice actor for Miyaka is Kai Araki. She is Hilda in Gundam Wing, Mary Hopkins in Gunsmith Cats. She's Sabrina in Pokemon, Hikari Yagami in Digimon Adventures, Felicia in Darkstalkers, and she is Chibi Sailor Moon in Sailor Moon. So, yeah. She also is like the backup voice for Usagi in Sailor Moon. So I guess the main voice actress went to the hospital a lot during the run. She literally does the Sailor Moon pose in these episodes. Yes.
Yeah.
So we
very much so.
We're doing that. That's not a lot of recent stuff though.
Our second hottest guy, Tamahome.
Yeah, and then my second one is the second hottest guy, Tamahome, who's voiced by Hikaru Midorikawa. That's it. We have had him before in a different show that we've watched. But as a recap, he's Android 16 in Dragon Ball Z. He's Reinhardt in Legend of the Galactic Heroes. He's Hiro Yui in Gundam Wing. He's Seto Kaiba in Yu-Gi-Oh! He's Akihito in Persona 3. And he is Soji Mikage in Revolutionary Girl Utena. That's the guy who runs the seminar in the second season.
Pink-haired guy.
The pink-haired guy. Yep. That's Tamahome.
Dang. Look at that.
Such similar characters, I say. Lying. All right, so let's go into episode 3, which is called The 7 Stars of Suzaku. We open on Yui in the library. She continues to read about Miyaka because that's what Yui gets to do in these 3 episodes, is kind of just be there. There's a couple times we cut to her, but just know that she's there reading.
That's me. That's how I feel. Stuck in my mom's house. I'm just there.
I'm just a just stuck there in the background. Yeah. Back in the story, Miyako wakes up dreaming about her brother, which she has.
We find out
Here. She thinks that her brother's like in the room with her, but it's actually just Tamahome who tells her to get up, and also that Hotohori is like worried about her. We cut to Hotohori, who's checking himself out in the mirror, talking about how pretty he is to his little
that's his little bit.
Advisors or whatever. Back in Miyaka's room, she and Tamahome talk about how she's kind of a celebrity now. And he's like, that must be a lot to take on. But Miyaka's like, I'm good. I can handle it. But then Tamahome hugs her and offers to be her big brother for the time being. And they cuddle a little bit. It's cute.
No, don't talk about being like your brother.
Well, it's appropriate for this moment and then not later. Then
it felt a little out of the blue. Like
a little bit. Yeah, he's kind of all over the place in this episode. It's like not clear how much time is passing, I feel like. Not a lot. Yeah. I mean, maybe at most a week. Well, I feel like a couple days. The thing I wonder is like, so Yui's reading it. When you read a story, it doesn't pass like minute per minute, right? It kind of just skips around.
Yeah.
So like, is Miyaka experiencing all of the time in between it? Does it kind of just fade into the background? I don't know. Interesting things to think about. And then Tamahome asks if Miyaka's going to use the power of Suzaku to wish herself back home. And Miyaka's like, oh, right, I could do that. And then she gets excited. And then we get like a pretty cool first person sequence where she like runs through a bunch of hallways to go see Hotohori.
Yeah.
Once again, we're doing some fun animation stuff here.
Yeah.
She and Tamahome bust into his room and she asks what she needs to do to get the power of Suzaku. Hotohori takes out a scroll, which is his book of prophecy, and Miyaka recognizes it as the book that she's currently in. Although I don't think it's written in like the same person. So, but it had like the same preface, so she recognized it.
Yeah.
Hotohori explains that the 7 stars of Suzaku are actually about constellations that appear on the southern side of the sky. So there's more than 7. There's 28. But because they're in the south part, they're in Conan, they have their 7. And they are, we get the names of all of them. It's
You got this.
Chichiri, Tamahome, Nuriko, Hotohori, Chiriko, Tatsuki, and Mitsukake.
Nailed it.
I guess it's just everybody's name. They're just named this. Because Tamahome and Hotohori are just in it. The names they go by.
But we know Tamahome and another character both, it's not their given name.
That's true.
They just somehow go by that for some reason, inexplicably.
We do get another character that's like, oh, my name's this, but sometimes I'm called this. And we're like, okay, just no other explanation for it. Then Hotohori reveals that he has a character on his body, which he says is a sea serpent. And he says that Tamahome's character is a crab. Except that's not what those characters are, by the way, because I looked them up. And Hotohori's character is for star. It's Hoshi.
Yeah.
I think it's just the constellation that they are. But like, because Tamahome does say Oni on it. Like that is, I looked up the character and that's what the character is. And then I tried to look up the character in Chinese and it was something else.
Okay, I was going to say maybe it's like how...
Not sea serpent.
Like Greek mythology versus whatever, where it's like planet names versus like, Zeus or whatever.
Yeah, it's like not super clear what this is about, but like Hotohori's character, I for sure it means star both in Chinese and in Japanese. So I don't know, but it's that character.
Gotcha.
It could have something more to do with what their actual abilities are. You know that Tamahome goes sicko mode when he goes Oni mode.
Yeah,
I don't know what a star means.
He's martial. Oh, I don't know.
We'll probably get more explanation later, but just I'm pointing that out. He says it's those things. It's not those things.
Okay. Get wrecked, Hotohori. You may be hot, but you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Miyaka's like, oh, Tamahome, did you know that you were one of the stars since you're named after one of them? And he's like, yeah, of course. And Miyaka's like, oh, okay. Maybe this is why everybody was nice to me, is because they knew they were like, I'm part of this thing. Okay. I mixed feelings about that, but whatever. We just got to find the other 5 stars as ASAP.
Like if they knew that, they would have been like gathered together in preparation and identify like
people's commitment to this. I mean, it's not clear here if he knew he was part of the prophecy or just knew he was named after the star in the constellation. Because if true. I just knew my name was after a star, I'd be like, all right, cool. Because like the prophecy is something he was given as the emperor. It doesn't seem like it's common knowledge.
Okay, but and then the thing on the body.
Yeah.
sometimes it's visible on Tamahome and sometimes it's not. But I feel like, and it's only visible. Well, no, let's see.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
true.
We're thinking too hard about this.
We'll probably get more on it later.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hotohori gathers his strongest warriors, and Miyaka's like, all right, cool. Any of you guys got Chinese characters like on your body in this red font? And nobody does. Doesn't ask them their names, which I feel like would be a much easier way of doing this, by the way.
Oh.
Tamahome
Joe,
decides.
You're so smart.
Yeah, well, it seems like a pretty easier thing to filter out.
Anybody have a nickname? That's one of the, yeah.
Yeah, there's only 5 remaining names. I mean, how hard could this be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tamahome is like, she can't find them out this way. The only way to find them out is in a manly brawl, and he starts to fight them to see if they have like superpower abilities, but none of them do. So he just beats up a bunch of guys, and Hotohori's like, why did you just beat up all my guys? Miyaka comes up with a new plan, stating that a brave warrior would never harm a girl, so she starts to taunt all of them to like goad them into attacking her. While this is happening, a mysterious woman is scoping them all out. Miyaka continues to goad the men until eventually they break and start attacking her, and she like cartoonishly runs away from them as they like throw stuff at her. They chase her into like a gazebo while throwing things at her, and like Tamahome has to come and break them up, but one of the pillars of the gazebo got hit with a hammer and like shatters and is about to fall on Miyaka. So Tamahome runs in to protect her from the collapsing debris because it's like a big, it's heavy. It's like, wood and stuff. So back in the real world, Yui's leg starts to bleed because Miyaka in the story got hurt during the gazebo collapse, and she realizes that whatever happens to Miyaka also happens to her for some reason.
Which is terrifying.
That's awful.
Yeah.
She's like surprisingly chill about it.
I know. It's like she's not even getting to be surrounded by hot guys, and she's having to put up all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
She got the short end of the stick.
Pretty bad.
Well, because I wonder.
Mm-hmm.
She's actively reading the book. If she just steps away and then someone's like, "Oh my God, what happened to you? Why are you like impaled or something?" Something happened to Miyaka.
Yeah. Back in fake China, Tamahome is struggling to keep the debris from crushing him and Miyaka, while Hotohori tries to find a way to clear the debris because it's like pretty sizable. Things are looking kind of bad as Tamahome is losing his strength, and it almost seems like he's like on top of her, like doing like a plank almost on top of her, holding the thing up with his back, and it's like pushing him towards her as it gets really heavy, and it's kind of looking like maybe they're going to be pressed into kissing each other. Maybe Miyaka hopes.
I think it sounds like Joe's hoping too.
This was definitely what they were implying with this. Fortunately, the woman that was scoping them out earlier comes up and effortlessly starts throwing the debris around because she's super strong and just gets them out like it's no big deal. Everyone is safe now, and Tamahome asks Hotohori for financial compensation. Good bit. Miyaka feels guilty about always putting Tamahome in danger, but he insists that he's just doing whatever he wants. But Miyaka's like, ooh, but my heart was really fluttering when I was maybe going to kiss this guy. What's going on there? I don't know. I'm 15. Hotohori asks...
She's 14. I think she's 14. Even more troubling.
She's 15. She says it last episode.
Is she?
She's like, oh, I'm 15 now. Guys can hit on me.
Okay, that's right. You're right. Continue.
Hotohori asks the mysterious woman who she is and notices a character on her neck. She introduces herself as Korin, but sometimes she goes by Nuriko, and she's a courtesan, and also one of the 7, because, yep, we just found her. She was just in the castle grounds. She's here. Her character is Yanagi, which means willow, like a weeping willow. It's a tree, which maybe explains why she falls out of trees constantly in the next 2 episodes. Doesn't explain the super strength, though, which she seemingly just has all the time.
Yeah.
Miyaka is stoked that she's making such quick progress. She's like, dang, I got 3 out of 7 already. This priestess shit's easy. She tries to shake Nuriko's hand, but Nuriko completely ignores her and instead goes to kiss Tamahome, which surprises everybody. Miyaka washes her clothes, which also cleans Yui's clothes in the real world, because anything Miyaka does also affects Yui. So this is kind of nice. What if you just had nice, clean clothes from reading a book? Pretty good. Miyaka wonders what she's going to do next, because she's like, well, I got to make friends with Nuriko because she's on the team, but she totally dismissed me, and also she kissed Tamahome, a guy I kind of like, so I don't know what's going on there. She's like in her underwear or whatever, and she's about to put on her bra when Tamahome busts in and see her boobs. Tamahome sees Miyaka's boobs counter ticks up to 1.
Ugh, come on. Okay, because I feel like this happened. I feel like there's some comparisons that can be made to like Inuyasha as far as the like going back to blah 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 a different time. Dude, we're just getting to see boobs days into knowing people. Like, let's like have a little bit more lead up to that, not just like bam.
Yeah, but this is like comedy shenanigans stuff. This is like
I
Ranma
guess
stuff.
so.
You know what I mean? Like, this is not.
I know.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This feels very of its time, but also whatever.
Yes, very much that.
At least it's not like pervy. The camera is not pervy about it, which is how you know it's a shoujo. Which I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice at least.
Yeah.
She like yells at him, but he's like, I'm not here to look, I'm here to hide. And then suddenly Nuriko snares him in like a big like ribbon that she has that she constantly ties him in, and drags him off. And Miyaka is kind of jealous that Nuriko's all over Tamahome. Miyaka resolves to be friends with Nuriko regardless, so she offers to be her maid. It's extremely funny next step. Miyaka's like, I've seen a sitcom before.
Not a planner.
I watch TV. I bet this'll work. Nuriko pretends to be indifferent, as in she's like, yeah, that's cool as long as you don't get between me and Tamahome, who she has wrapped up. That being said, it seems like Nuriko does care because she doesn't like Miyaka and sabotages all of her attempts to be a maid. And then at the end of it, she like throws a table at her because also she's super strong. Tamahome objects to how Nuriko is treating Miyaka, but Nuriko makes puppy dog eyes at him and he backs off, which makes Miyaka mad. Later, Miyaka goes to sulk in a side building. Tamahome, who's like wrapped up, inches his way to her and is like, yo, you gotta help me out. And she frees him and says that he must be enjoying all the attention. And Tamahome is like, what do you mean by that? In like a very serious, cool guy way as the theme music plays.
Good ass theme music.
Yeah.
I'm listening to it on repeat.
That's right. He's like, does it look like I'm enjoying this? Come on, don't be ridiculous. And he helps Miyaka, who still has an injured leg from earlier, as we cut to credits.
Okay, so there's a lot of like, and this is maybe of the time where we don't, the whole, joke where like it used to be, half episode is recapping the last episode. This is like not to that extent, but like every episode is like getting caught up by the narrator, which I'm like, it's a little much when you're watching it back to back.
Nice for the summary. Let me tell you, I enjoyed that when I could just skip the first 7 minutes and I'm like, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you got to make it on TV. You can only make 18 minutes of new animation.
Yeah. Well, and then we got I really like the ending song. So I like that every episode is ending with like.
Yeah, I just play it. That's pretty good. The romance is starting in episode 3. You thought we were dragging our heels in the first 2 episodes. It's here now.
Yes. Well, and this is a longer series, too. Yep. So it's going for it. Oh man. Okay. So we got a glance at the boobs.
Yep. I mean, we didn't. Tamahome did.
Nuriko. Yes. Nuriko. What do we think of Nuriko? New character intro. Clearly going to be an important character as one of the Suzaku 7.
Yeah, I like Nuriko. She's crazy.
She's very funny. Pretty. Yes.
Just throwing stuff.
You love a ridiculous.
I do love like a ridiculous bully who's just doing like goofy shenanigans. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a lot more to learn about Nuriko in the next episode.
But we don't have to worry about any of that right now. Yeah. I don't have much else to say about this episode, really. Kind of setting stuff up.
Because the first 2 felt like a lot happening, so this felt a bit more laid back. This and the next one, I would say it's, but it is a longer series, so it makes sense that they can't just be going full blown.
Yeah, we're watching television now
every day. Yeah.
All right, let's get into episode 4, which is called Missing Love. We open on Yui in the library, still reading, because that's pretty much how all these episodes always enter. It's like, hey, Yui's still a character. I know you forgot about her because she hasn't done anything, but she'll probably do something in like 10 more episodes or something. Who knows? We're holding her in reserve for sure. Don't know why.
Back burner character.
We catch up on Miyaka and Tamahome. Miyaka asks him if he's in love with Nuriko. And he's like, no way. I just met her today. It's been 1 day. She's like, oh, yeah, it has been 1 day. Then he makes a big show about how his one true love is money. He just likes money. He doesn't like people. Ew, people. Give me that green. Or not green. Give me that gold. And that scene ends. We cut to Miyaka approaching a sad Nuriko. And she's like, oh, what's up? And Nuriko tells Miyaka that she lost a pearl earring that her mother gave her when walking by the pond earlier. But now that it's dark out, because it's like the evening, none of her other maids will go and look for it because they're all scared of the dark. And Miyaka's like, I'm not scared of the dark. I'll go look for your earring because it sounds like it's really important to you and maybe you'll want to be friends after I get this. And Nuriko says, if Miyaka finds it, she'll agree to be one of the Suzaku 7. And Miyaka's like, yeah, a quest. And then she runs off.
She's a simple one. Our Miyaka.
Good, I love this. I love how obvious this is a setup. It's just like, if you do this one thing for me, I'll give you everything you want. Elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Miyaka watching a bunch of TV, and then it's like, girl, you've seen this before on all the TV you've probably been watching.
Yeah, we don't actually know if she watches TV. We're just fan casting that. It's my headcanon where she watches lots of TV. Elsewhere, Hotohori, who's hanging out by the pond, is being scolded by his advisors for not getting married, even though he's the emperor and he's 18 now. And Hotohori is like, well, I can't marry any of these girls. I'm so much prettier than all of them. Which is his way of deflecting. He continues to deflect as his advisors keep being like, what about this person? What about this person? He's like, I got my own ideal woman in mind. Thank you very much. And they keep walking when they suddenly run into Miyaka, who's hanging out off the side of a bridge around the pond. He's like, oh, hey, Miyaka, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I'm doing Nuriko a favor. Hotohori's like, oh, yeah, I've heard you've been trying to win her over. He's like, yeah, it seems like a lot of work because she seems kind of fussy. I can just order her to be on the team if you want. And Miyaka's like, you can't just order a person to feel a certain way. We got to be friends after all. So it's got to happen organically. And then she's like, all right, I'm going to go now. And then she leaves. This is cute.
Yeah. I feel like I keep comparing Miyaka to Chihaya.
Can't do
our
that.
Characters just because she is kind of simple or presented as, but she's a lot more interesting of a person, and she's a good she's her age. She's not profoundly mature for her age. She's just a teenager.
Yeah, the difference between Chihaya and Miyaka is Miyaka's chill. Whereas Chihaya is not chill. Chihaya is laser focused on one thing and one thing only. Whereas Miyaka just kind of wants to hang out and have a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this seems very cute. Where she does a little tisk 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 thing, being like, you can't just order people to do stuff. I'm the emperor, I can order now. It's good. Miyaka trudges around a bog at night and then accidentally falls into the water. And just I feel like I'm gonna die in this pond. I wonder if Tamahome will come save me. In the real world, Yui gets all wet because whatever happens to Miyaka also happens to Yui. When she falls into a bog and now Yui's all wet. Sucks. That sucks. Would you keep reading? How much would you keep reading?
Well, if your friend has disappeared, I guess you're concerned about what's gonna happen to her.
That's true.
Or you can wait for her to come back and then hear how she's trying to sell you on what happened to her, and then you'll be like, nah, I saw the whole thing. You're full of shit.
You have
Miyaka.
no game.
You were not that brave.
I saw you do all that goofy shit. Tamahome wakes up thinking he's heard someone call to him, when Miyaka did. He goes to see what's up, and he overhears Nuriko bragging about her plan to send Miyaka on a pointless mission in the woods because she didn't actually lose an earring. She just sent her on a goose chase for no reason to be mean about it. Tamahome is about to go to chase after Miyaka when Nuriko stops him. He's like, what's your problem? And Nuriko reveals that she hates Miyaka because Hotohori puts all his attention on her instead of Nuriko because she likes Hotohori. Just as she says this, a wet Miyaka shows up and is like, oh, you like Hotohori? That makes sense. Hold on. I'm piecing this all together now. Nuriko refuses to apologize even though Miyaka has realized that this is all a lie and gets upset that Miyaka isn't getting mad at her. And then they slap each other about it. They have a little back and forth.
Yeah.
Fun.
I guess it's been a while since we
since somebody got slapped,
we
we just watched Utena.
I know. I was gonna say I was just then nope. Anthe got slapped a lot, but not a lot slap back. So
nope.
That, except for Noriko's slap would tear her head off her body.
Yeah, she's holding back. You're just doing a little. I'm mad at you, but not in a I'm gonna murder you accidentally kind of way. Miyaka shows Nuriko a stone she found in the pond where she's like, yeah, I couldn't find your earring, but I thought this would be a good replacement. But then I guess I couldn't find your earring because it was fake. But anyway, you should take it anyway. And she gives it to her. And then she's like, hey, if you like Hotohori, I can help you out with that. Like, I'm not actually like into Hotohori, so we can just do that. And is mostly just relieved that Nuriko isn't actually into Tamahome. She was just doing that to try to make Miyaka jealous.
Mm-hmm.
And Tamahome is like, what does this mean for me? What just happened? Miyaka goes to see Hotohori to advocate for Nuriko. Hotohori immediately changes the subject and asks Miyaka if she likes anyone, and she's not super sure how to respond to that. Then Hotohori pins her down somehow and tells her that ever since he was a child, he had dreamed about the priestess of Suzaku. He leans in for a kiss, but Miyaka can only think of Tamahome. Hotohori senses something before he gets to the kiss, grabs a sword he just has on the bed, and cuts a panel in his room to reveal that Nuriko and Tamahome are both listening in.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
This was very funny. They do like a little dance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hotohori's
like partner shenanigans, like, oh, we're you know, like her and Tamahome sneaking around, like a lot of fun antics.
Yes, lots of antics. Hotohori's like, come on, guys, I know that we're the Suzaku 7, but I'm also the Emperor. You can't just spy on me in my room. He turns to Miyaka.
Hey, you also can't just pin a girl down and like,
the transition's a little weird because it's like, because in that scene it cuts to Yui reading and then it cuts to him having already pinned her down. So I'm like, oh, what happened? He probably did it in a smooth guy way, is my guess.
Oh, sure. She
did not seem freaked out. He tells Miyaka that what he said was true and that he's going to try to convince her to stay in Conan
Bookland
by having her fall in love with him. And he tells her to stay the night in his room because he's going to go sleep somewhere else. Bye. And then he leaves. Miyaka's like, holy shit, he just proposed to me. The Emperor.
It's Western style beds. And so what kind of beds did they have in ancient China?
I don't know. I mean, you're the Emperor, so you can probably afford some nice stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay. So just proposed. And yeah, because I mean, she like, I guess it's the question of it. If it had been Hotohori who rescued her initially and just been the first attractive dude to talk to her, would she have been into him and not Tamahome?
Good question.
Because she's aware that he's very good looking and is an inexperienced child. So,
well, she also thought he was a woman at first. So I don't know if it's really.
That's true.
Like,
yeah,
you know,
that's true.
I don't know if that's her type.
I know. I think she was disappointed he wasn't. I think she would have been more into him if he was a lady.
It's the next day, and Miyaka couldn't sleep at all. She's like, man, Tamahome heard Hotohori confess to me. This is super awkward. She runs into him in the hallway, but he kind of gives her the cold shoulder, and he's like, I'm gonna go make some money. I got things to do. I have my own life. And she's about to go after him when Nuriko shows up and gets mad at Miyaka because, like, bro, you were supposed to be there to advocate for me, and he ends up confessing to you. It's like the worst thing that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nuriko like runs off with Tamahome, being like, I'm gonna steal your man now. Tamahome and Nuriko go into town with an extremely conspicuous Miyaka following them. We get a reveal to what Tamahome's job is, which he's gonna auction off the gum Miyaka gave him 2 episodes ago. And Miyaka's like, is he just using me to like sell a bunch of crap that I have because I'm the priestess of Suzaku? The auction is not going well as the crowd starts to doubt that he actually knows the priestess of Suzaku like he says he does. Miyaka pipes up and vouches for him. She's like, yeah, he knows me. And Tamahome offers to sell her autograph to the crowd. A very funny scene where he pulls out some sunglasses.
Yes.
She's like, stop being my agent. They all get swarmed by the crowd and run off into a back alley. In the alley, as is customary, Miyaka gets captured by thugs. The mob boss comes out.
Yes, it does. I feel like we're recycling a few things.
Just immediately.
It's only been like 2 episodes.
Gets captured by thugs 3 times in 4 episodes. Just crazy. The mob boss comes out and is like, oh, I'll buy Miyaka for 30 gold pieces. And you could work in this town again, Tamahome. And Tamahome is like, that's a terrible deal. You should give me 40 gold pieces. And they start to haggle. As Miyaka's like, I can't believe this, and gets pissed off, and then just punches one of the thugs that's holding her, which, starts a big fight. And Tamahome goes ogre mode and starts kicking everybody's ass. He wins the fight because, he's Tamahome. And he goes to help Miyaka up, but she gets upset because now these thugs are going to go after him later. She's like, I keep putting you in danger. Why are you doing all this for me? And he's like, don't worry about it. But Miyaka's like, I am going to worry about it because I like you. Tamahome is like, that's too bad because I don't feel the same. I'm just protecting you because you're the priestess. That's it. And Miyaka's like, this sucks. And then collapses from fatigue because it's been raining all day. And she's just been in the rain as we cut to credits.
It just started raining. I feel like it has been raining all day. And she's just, true. It's so like, okay, let's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, yeah. And then I play the song in my head.
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go. The love triangle expands even more.
Yeah. Well, this because this is an actual love triangle where Nuriko likes the emperor. The emperor likes. Okay, I guess
it's not a love triangle.
Damn it!
It's not a real love triangle. It's not even a fake love triangle.
We'll never have a real life triangle.
We did in Utena. Remember? Jury.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. An actual. Okay. Yep. The only true one.
The only true one. No, this is like okay. So Miyaka likes Tamahome, and Tamahome likes money. He doesn't like anybody. But Nuriko pretends to like Tamahome to get at Miyaka because Nuriko likes Hotohori, but Hotohori likes Miyaka, but Miyaka doesn't really like Hotohori that much, creating the nightmare scenario. I can't imagine I would be super jazzed to go find 4 more people to make this even more of a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Hey, is it ever good if a guy is in love with the idea of you and not you as a person?
Oh, God, welcome to my life. Well, we've got a confession in episode 4 of a show.
Okay. Yeah, we got 2 confessions in episode 4 of a show.
That's true. Yeah. So that's the most ever this early.
That's right.
So
how many episodes is this show?
Like 50 or 42 maybe or something.
Wow.
And then there's some OVAs too. It'll be our first.
Okay.
It'll be our first OVAs.
No.
Yeah.
High Fever had an OVA.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Stuff happening, but more stuff to come in episode 5.
Yeah, so it's just romance. We're romance time. It's all about romance now.
Well, I mean, there's obviously like the big larger plot going on that we're just getting started in.
Well, we still don't really know what's going on with that.
No. Well, I think Miyaka's young and is not really thinking about the weight of all of that, and it's much easier for her to just be thinking about this guy she's into, I guess.
Well, but we don't even know what the weight is, because the thing is, like, they keep being like, oh, you have to get the power of Suzaku and save Conan, but like, save it from what? What does getting the power
we haven't
even
really got
mean?
any clarification. Yeah.
What are we supposed to do when I get everybody?
It seems peaceful there. Yeah, we're not actively being attacked or anything. Yeah. So what are we saving from?
So it's just not really clear what that is. So yeah, I probably would also just be doing relationship bullshit if that's what I was like stuck in the book.
Yeah. Would you rather be Miyaka or Yue?
Would I rather be experiencing the story or experiencing the story secondhand by getting wet and also bleeding? I think I'd rather be in the story.
Yeah.
Sitting on the sidelines, not as good. How do we feel about Hotohori's confession? Being like, I always dreamed about the priestess of Suzaku.
I don't, right? Yeah, he doesn't know her.
No.
It's not like he's really spent much time with her either.
No.
So, because it's like Tamahome is interacting with her as Miyaka, and like, sure, she's kind of coming off as bratty and they bicker a lot, but that's like her. And so, versus just, we don't love it. It's not great. But also, that's like what the whole freaking last show we covered was. Oh, this guy I watched on TV that I'm super into, so I'm just gonna be into him because of that. No, I mean, he's like also, but I guess that's probably like how people have interacted with him his whole life. Oh, you're the emperor. That's all I need to know, kind of thing. So maybe he just hasn't seen like, real interaction.
Well, I mean, all of the romance right now is pretty shallow, right? Because these are all people that have only known each other for a few days.
Yep.
So I guess this is why it's 50 episodes of a show.
And if she just falls for him every time she says him, and this show is going to give him 5 million times to
it
save
really,
her. So
her getting captured by thugs a third time was like, all right, guys.
It's too much.
Every time you step into an alleyway in Conan, maybe this is what she has to save Conan from. The like infested alleyways with street thugs.
Uh-huh. Yes, run from the inside out.
Yeah, constant dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. So not the best. I guess transition, just throw rando dudes out to get you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is what Tamahome is almost pigeonholed here into being like the guy who saves Miyaka from danger.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like if it was danger, that made sense because people know who she is or they're like against Conan, then that would make more sense. And then that would like maybe with each encounter with people who are doing that, then we get more clarity about what the bigger thing is. But it's just like, no, damsel in distress. It'll force them to get closer or confront feelings.
Yeah. I mean, we're not really doing that stuff right now, but I feel like we'll get there. I mean, we're only on episode 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Should we go to the next one? Episode 5?
Let's do it.
Episode 5 is called Bewildered Heartbeat. We open on Miyaka recovering in bed from whatever illness she got. Fatigue. Hotohori demands to know what happened, but Tamahome doesn't tell him much, including that she confessed to him last episode. The doctor says that she's just exhausted from the pressure of being the priestess. Like, okay, man. Hotohori calls a meeting with Nuriko and Tamahome, trying to figure out what they should do. Nuriko's like, well, if she's stressed by being the priestess, we could just send her home, and then she's not the priestess, right? And Hotohori's like, yeah, that's a good point. She could always just recover at home. But the only way we can send her back is if we visit the sage, Taitsu-kun, who is the one who gave him the prophecy in the first place and probably knows how to send her back.
But like, I thought her whole motivation was to do the thing to get home. There's some other way to get home.
And this is so funny. When Nuriko's just like, why don't we just send her home to recover? And they're like, oh yeah, maybe can we do that? And Hotohori's like, I don't know, maybe.
Or his devious scheme to get her to fall in love with him and not leave his book life and become her empress is to not reveal the fact that she could just leave whenever.
Yeah. Miyaka has a montage dream of her being rejected by Tamahome. She wakes up and is like, ah, shit, that happened in real life. Which it did. Hotohori comes in and tells her the plan to meet with Taitsu-kun on a nearby mountain, because that's where the sage lives, on a mountain. That's where all sages live. Anyway, we're going to go on a camping trip, going on a trek with horses, together, the 4 of us.
Woohoo.
Miyaka's like, oh, geez. Then Hotohori has her promise to come back after she leaves. They're like, we're going to send you out, but you have to promise you'll come back to me. And Miyaka thinks,
bail.
She's like, man, Hotohori's nice. Anyway, I'm just going to go home and forget about Tamahome. So I'll just apologize to him and then I'm going to bounce. This is so funny.
Yes.
When he's like,
that's right. You owe him nothing.
He's like, you have to come back to me. I love you so dearly. And she's like, yeah, man, that's cool. I'm going to go home and just take a fat nap and just never come back and be like, that was weird. Totally ignoring him. So funny.
Mm-hmm.
Nearby, Tamahome sulks at seeing Hotohori console Miyaka, and he turns to leave when Nuriko ambushes him and gets mad at him for rejecting Miyaka. She's like, dude, we would have resolved the love triangle thing if you would have just gotten together with Miyaka, because that would have left Hotohori open for me. And she demands that he apologizes to Miyaka, saying that she knows that he likes her. Tamahome is like, what? No, I don't. Anyway, I gotta go, and then leaves.
I guess Nuriko was watching the whole fight the last episode. It's just like, you guys got this. Go, get him.
Yep. Miyaka, Tamahome, Horihito, and Nuriko gear up to set out. Miyaka and Tamahome are all awkward and don't really talk, which pisses Nuriko off. They ride off. Miyaka, who does not know how to ride a horse because she is from modern day Japan, is with Hotohori. She tries to lighten the mood with a joke, but nobody is having it.
Okay, I was like, it was such a good joke. Oh God, what was it?
A bad pun.
I enjoyed it immensely. I like that she's like, why does anyone think my joke's funny? It's like the second time.
But she just wants to chill. This is what I'm saying. She's like, I should just be able to have fun with my friends here. What's going on?
Yeah.
They stop for the night, and Miyaka still has a fever, which means in the real world, Yuugi has a fever. Rip Yuugi.
Yeah, that sucks big time.
Nuriko comes to tell her that she heard about a nearby spring that can cure any sickness and suggests that Miyaka go soak in it. Then Nuriko,
which again would defeat the whole point of what they're doing. Like if she's unwell and supposed to like get better and like Nuriko, not at all invested in the plot. Just
well, I mean, this is a scheme. She's lying because Noriko's number one favorite thing to do is to scheme and lie. Then Nuriko wakes up Tamahome and says that Miyaka told her to meet him by the nearby pond. But Tamahome is like, I don't care. Why did you wake me up? Miyaka makes her way to the spring and then strips off and bathes in it, which you don't do this. One of my horror camping trips is about how one time my old roommate went swimming in like a little stream that we passed by while backpacking and got covered in ticks.
Oh, God. Ooh.
Yeah. She was clothed. Imagine how bad it would have been if you were not. Awful.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was a kid, we were like dying from the heat, and there's like this giant mud puddle thing, and we were like, we're going for it. Just getting that filthy ass water with all our clothes on, everything staying mud for the rest of the time. You can't resist a mysterious pond, Joe.
Yeah, I feel like you can. Yeah, she strips off and gets into the pond. Back in the real world, Yui now has a fever and is also wet. So she's having a terrible time. Tamahome decides to go meet Miyaka in the forest after all. He hears Miyaka scream and rushes into the pond to help her, diving into the water to save her. Miyaka, who's bathing in the stream, was just spooked by a log. So she's fine. But Tamahome takes a long time to resurface, so she thinks maybe he's dead. He resurfaces and is like, this was a log. This is not a snake. And she's like, that's funny. They awkwardly talk while Tamahome almost sees her boobs. Again.
He's getting a lot.
Take the counter up one more.
Of pinks. Mm-hmm.
She covers up and turns away from him. She wonders if this is a good time to talk and decides to apologize, but is shocked when they both apologize at the same time. Tamahome continues apologizing for being a jerk earlier. He said he was just surprised since that was the first time anyone has ever confessed to him that they love him. Anyway, he's never really thought about romance or anything because he's just been by himself all this time and mostly focusing on getting money. So he needs some time to sort out his feelings. And then he leaves. Nuriko, who has been watching nearby, falls out of a tree. She's disappointed that her plan to hook them up didn't work, but Miyaka is just happy to learn that Tamahome doesn't hate her. Miyaka goes to hug Nuriko and ruffles her clothes, revealing that Nuriko doesn't have breasts and is actually a boy. Nuriko is unfazed and is like, yup, I'm a guy. Not much to write home about, though. I have abandoned the path of manhood for the sake of my love of Hotohori. And Miyaka's like, all right, man. Whatever.
What did you think of this reveal? Did you see it coming?
No, I also don't think I'm going to enjoy it at all. But for now, this is all we get. So I can just be like, Noriko, just a normal trans woman. We could just be normal about this. I'm sure this won't come up and be played for the worst comedy bits I've ever seen in my life.
We'll see.
Yeah, as long as Noriko just stays trans woman, it's all good. I'm sure this won't be foreboding at all. Anyway, meanwhile, the sage Taitsukun has been watching this entire scene play out through his magic mirror. Like the whole thing about Tamahome looking at her boobs and then her getting out and being
I know, he's getting a secondhand view.
He's like watching comedy bits and is like, yes, the priestess getting into hijinks. I should test her. It's the next day and the crew is being ferried on a boat across a lake. Miyaka's still pretty sick. But she's also pretty whiny about traveling. And she's also got an appetite. So, I don't know. I guess she's feeling all right. Sometime later, Miyaka goes to see Hotohori, who's meditating while looking at a mountainous landscape. He explains that he doesn't get out much, being the emperor and all. So this is pretty nice. Miyaka's like, I know what that feeling's like. I do all this test prep all the time. So I'm just kind of bouncing between cram school and stuff. And I'm doing this so my mom could be proud of me. But I'm like, is this really how I want to spend my life? And Hotohori's like, yeah. My parents are dead, and I'm surrounded by people trying to use my power. I'm all alone, like a bird in a cage. Miyaka's like, if you're just a bird in a cage, you should just, leave. You're young. You can do stuff like that. You can go backpacking through Europe. I'm always talk about that. Doesn't say that.
No.
Hotohori's like, Miyaka, you're so nice and carefree. Miyaka's like, it's kind of nice having a hot guy pay attention to me. Nearby, Nuriko, who's watching this, falls out of a tree. and is retrieved by Tamahome, who's also not happy to see that those two are getting close to each other. Hotohori and Miyaka. Nuriko falling out of trees constantly, pretty good bit.
Namesake betraying.
Yes. The willow.
I mean, I'd be like pissed. Like, why are these trees breaking? I'm not like a giant or anything. It's very complex.
Taitsukun sees this in a mirror and is like, oh yeah, I thought of a good trial, and then vanishes one of his mirrors. Miyaka and crew continue walking, but it's foggy now, and Miyaka trips on a log and flashes her underwear to Tamahome.
Oh God, this is very
it's the
of
90s.
the times. Jesus.
He tries to play it off like he's not interested in her because he's only into sexy mature ladies or whatever, and she gets mad at him. He leaves, and Miyaka gets separated from the group. She suddenly starts smelling a bunch of delicious food and literally does the Sailor Moon pose. She sees the food like on a buffet table and runs towards it, but then realizes that it's an illusion, and now she's trapped in a mirror. She's like, I gotta get out of here, when suddenly she's taunted by a smug mirror version of herself. Yui reads this and is like, damn, this is crazy. And Miyaka wonders what this means as we cut to credits.
Oh man. Oh, Miyaka, just following the food. Yeah, I feel like this is pretty easy to predict what's going to happen next, but want to take a stab at it.
Mirror Miyaka's going to go back out, and they're going to have to like decide if it's her or not, and it's going to take Hotohori an embarrassing long time to figure it out, but Tamahome is going to figure it out. And also Nuriko's going to figure it out almost immediately because she's the only one kind of paying attention to people.
But I feel like Nuriko, if it's like Miyaka, fake Miyaka is posing, if it was fake Miyaka cozying up to Tamahome, I think Nuriko would know and be like, okay, I'm fine with this. Who cares what happened to the real one? She's off
for sure.
Tori now, but
yeah, Nuriko's great. I love Nuriko.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so we're on an adventure. Yeah. We're encountering something nefarious that isn't random thugs. So that's an exciting new progression.
This feels like Inuyasha to me now.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, you're like traveling in the countryside. You run into like random encounters.
Yeah.
There's kind of will they, won't they romance stuff happening constantly. This one is much more like trope-y about her like flashing her panties or whatever. That's not great. Don't love that.
Yeah.
Does take up the whole screen this time, so you don't get the boob treatment where at least it's not facing the camera. No, we get a whole shot of her ass, so that's not great.
I'm always like, why do they have to be in their school uniforms when they're traveling? Because Kagome's like that. I'm like, just wear something comfortable to trek the mountains and not a tiny mini skirt.
They're all wearing their like get up. Nuriko has a different outfit though.
From this.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, well, give her an outfit. No, I feel like I had another thought and I've lost it. Oh, I think I know why. I just remembered why. It's more of a plot thing.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. Maybe it's because we were talking about last episode of our podcast that Uwatase was very young writing this.
Yeah.
So, and these characters, Miyaka's 15, Tamahome's 17, and Hotohori is 18?
Yes.
Nuriko must be somewhere around that. So this is all generally not that far off from the actual age of the author. And so maybe it like, and the time, this is common, but it's like, I feel like all the age gappy, this and that, I guess maybe it felt more normal. So it's not like an older person writing about, it's not even a significant age gap and not in the setting that, of ancient China or whatever. I think they'd be unfazed, but I don't know. What thoughts, feelings so far?
Is this gonna be 50 episodes of Will They Won't They with Tamahome? That'll make me a little crazy. This is the problem with Inuyasha that I kept having.
No, I agree. Okay. Yes. No, there's no you won't. It's not going to be like
at
that.
least she has more options. This is the thing I'm looking forward to, is that we should theoretically get it. Okay, so it seems like, well, I guess we'll deal with the Nuriko stuff now.
Yep.
Is this just like the 7 Suzaku? have to all be guys, but we don't actually want to have all guys be the cast. So we put Nuriko in there and just be like, she's, she's like a trans woman, but we don't really say that in 1999. So instead we say this. Because I mean, this, this creator is like ex-gender or whatever. Yeah. So like, gender stuff probably was thinking about it. Yeah. Maybe not at this point, but at some point. So hopefully it'll handle that well. But is that just like it needs to be 7 guys, basically? Because we can see all of them in the freaking, in the opening. You can see all of them at the end of the opening. You see all 7 of them. I know what they look like.
Yes. Yeah.
They're kind of small, so I can't really see if they're all, I can't really tell.
I guess it's like reverse harem. So it's like, it's just gotta be a bunch of hot dudes. So everyone can have like the dude that they're into. And sometimes there's the more like feminine dude, but this is like different than that seemingly, but I guess we'll see how it's handled, because right now just Miyaka knows that, it seems. So if Noriko, because we don't know the origin of like Noriko falling for Hotohori, how living their life before encountering, or if it was like a post thing to become a consort to then get to be in his palace. So maybe, because we really don't know that much about Nuriko. So maybe once we learn more about that, we'll learn more about how it's being handled.
Hoping that doesn't go bad.
Oh, what? Like the reveal?
Just how it's handled. Oh. I don't trust.
Well, it was in the 90s
anime or 90s manga.
The last time I watched this, I was like 16. So I don't think
that's like a cloud hanging over me.
Super thinking about it. Yeah.
Nothing bad has really happened so far, but it, who knows? It's nice that Hotohori gets to get out and like learn to be a guy.
Yeah.
That's good.
I feel like it doesn't matter. He's just like complimentary to her, but I feel like whatever she was doing, he'd be like, you're so this or that. I love it. It doesn't matter what she's doing, or at least not now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're setting up, I kind of understand what the shape of the show is going to be like a little bit. Like, it's mostly going to be this kind of like romance thing where like all these characters have these complicated relationships with each other.
Mm-hmm.
The parts I don't know what we're doing with, like, I still don't know what we're doing with Yui here. Like, she's here, we're keeping her around.
Yeah.
She's got to do something, but it's not clear where she would slot into this story.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So that's pretty interesting.
I know.
Like, we got some more stuff going on here. And like, we keep talking about how like Conan is the South one. Like, we're probably gonna have to do something with the other directions at some point.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm interested to keep watching. Pretty good so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's a fun watch. Sweet. Okay. Well, I guess we'll wrap up on coverage today.
Yeah.
And
next
do
week,
our kind of closing segment.
3 more episodes. Yeah. We'll be doing 6, 7, and 8. In the meantime, please rate us 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice. It really helps people find us. You know what else helps people find us as a show? Talking to us, talking about us to your friends. You can talk to it. If you want to talk to us, you can send us an email at shoujopod@gmail.com. Tell people about it. We covered some good shows so far. If you ever want to watch those shows, do it a little bit slowly. I feel like that's a good way to really ingest the whole thing instead of just binging all the way through it. Stopping yourself to listen to an hour-plus long podcast in between every few episodes. Pretty good way of doing it.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's I was talking to my sister, and it sounds like she is down to watch along and eventually come on the podcast.
Oh, good.
To talk about Fushigi Yûgi. So I have the episode in mind that I think I want her to join us for, which is not for quite some time, but
okay.
So we'll have to test if she's actually going to follow through and watch along. But possible new guest on the pod. She's gotten a lot of mentions over the years, but has yet to show her face.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Or voice, but yep. Yeah, so that'll be something fun to look forward to. What did we learn? Like, I don't know. We could go somewhere with like the tree snapping, like test.
Yeah, climbing trees.
Maybe, or it could be the Conan issue is that the trees are dying and they're all just.
Is that the issue you think?
No, I liked yours better. The crime rates are skyrocketing.
Yeah, that's a real problem.
Go on, Joe. Tell us what we've learned.
Listen, the chance that you're going to get isekai'd into the past has never been higher with all of the anime and manga stuff that's been going on. You should probably take some time to learn how to ride a horse. Probably worth doing. You know? The chances are slim, but if they show up, you're not going to want to be the only one who's got to ride with somebody else, like a little child, like a little baby who doesn't know how to ride a horse.
Don't worry, Joe. I know.
I know you've been playing those horse games.
I'd be able to ride my own horse. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So maybe get on that horse, just in case. Just in case, get on that horse.
If there's food, don't assume you can partake. You should look for whose food that is before you run up to it to try to eat it and then get trapped in an evil mirror.
Yeah.
When Inuyasha probably came out a little earlier than this. The manga, maybe?
See.
I feel like there's a lot to now look at me. Inuyasha poster.
Inuyasha came out.
Yes, there's no annoying ass Kikyo characters. 86.
1996.
Oh, 96. Okay. So yeah. Around the same time. Yes.
Fushigi Yûgi came out in 95. Or no, the manga came out in 91. So it concluded
get right, Inuyasha.
Before. Yeah, Fushigi Yûgi concluded before Inuyasha started.
Okay. Inuyasha, maybe you're pulling from Fushigi Yûgi.
Maybe.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, that's all for today, folks. We appreciate you listening. We hope you're enjoying Fushigi Yûgi as much as we are, and look forward to next week.